Hello, my name is Wintermute27, and this is a tutorial video on the Ultima 7 speedrun that I routed just over the weekend. And I wanted to throw this out there in case anybody else was interested in the setup for this particular speedrun. I'm running in DOSBox version 0.74. There's a lot of guides online that you can find as far as getting Ultima 7 to run in DOSBox. I think Good Old Games comes with DOSBox. I'm not sure. I'm actually using a CD version of Ultima 7 from the Ultima collection that came with my Dragon edition of Ultima 9. But different versions of Ultima you shouldn't have any problems with. But, you know, depending on if you're getting like the Good Old Games Ultima or not, I'm not sure how it's going to be different. The main thing I have here is my cycles, the CPU cycles. I have it set to 12,000. That just sets, just a baseline figure as far as how quickly the game engine is going to render visuals and system things, and it just gives us a baseline for the speed run. So I'm going to go ahead and start the game here. Oop. So here at the beginning, obviously we're going to be starting with a new game. One of the first things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to dodge the mayor of Trinsic, that's town that you start in. The game is going to start. We're going to go ahead and start new game. You just, in the name field, you just put in whatever name you want. You can change your gender. You only get white people with blonde hair in this game. Serpentile gives you a little bit more variety. So the game begins with Iolo, however you say his name, talking to a guy in front of stables. Somebody's been murdered here. They're just talking about it. And off to the left, off screen, is the mayor of Trinsic. So once Iolo joins you, Mayor Trinsic comes over and it forces a conversation. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run down to the right to try to dodge the mayor so he won't do that conversation. Also, the Forge of Virtue add-on is included in this, so you get an additional bit of dialogue from the earthquake. Now, included in the game, and this is something the developers left in, was a debug room. Now, the debug room has a bunch of items in it, as far as... there it goes. As far as items that you can... Okay, looks like I'm, like, too far forward. As far as items that you need to build to beat the game, there's a bunch of teleporters for various parts of the game. And the thing is, the starting town is the copy protection town.
You had best not do that, Avatar.
So, usually you'd have to investigate the murder, you'd have to figure out, like, what the murderer looked like, and the name of his boat, and all of this rigmarole that you kind of have to go through in order to get the password to leave town. Fortunately, the developers put a teleporter to the debug room on the roof of this burned out blacksmith shop. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to grab all of these crates and throw them in and build a staircase with them onto the roof of the thing. Now, one thing that's interesting is if you're standing right here, so like 2 clicks in past this door will stay open, but you take an additional step or 2 and the door closes behind you because this place is haunted and that crap is happening. You notice like chairs are moving, all this. You build this staircase. One of the things that's interesting is this part has to be 5 crates tall, but you can't actually, well, maybe you can. In previous versions of the game, you sometimes can't reach that top crate without actually standing on a crate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just a little bit more regular, a little bit more consistent, if you get on the bottom step of this staircase and then put the crate up top, which is what I do in my world record video. And there's one crate too few, so you have to steal this chest to act as the bottom step. So you walk up here onto the roof. Boom, there's a hidden teleporter, and we are now in the debug area. So here we have an invisible crate with all the items that you need to beat the game. And this chest is actually the optimal chest to grab, because you don't have to move a helmet out of the way to get the ring of invisibility, which makes it so people don't attack you. So grab a ring of invisibility. We grab the crate that has all the items in it. We want to not step on these teleporters. And these are teleporters to various important locations of the game. This teleporter right here is the teleporter to the ending cutscene. So this is the final room of a very long dungeon.
Now, do not let him near.
And so there's a bunch of dialogue we have to skip. And everybody's going to start messing with Iolo here. And what we have to do is we have these little figures, these little generators, these prisms. And we have to place them on the pedestals to unlock this thing that's stopping us from reaching the gate. Now, in a normal playthrough, this wand that's also in the crate,
The moment of truth has come.
you would use this to destroy the
but
gate.
you'll never return to your beloved Earth, or you can come through now and go home.
And
It's your choice.
but unfortunately, you cannot destroy the gate while Batlin is still alive. That's this dude. Where is Batlin? I don't even freaking see him. But anyways, while Batlin is still alive, you cannot. There he is, right there. You can't destroy the gate, and we are far too low of a level to kill Batlin at this point. The game has two endings: a good ending and a bad ending. The good ending destroys the gate, stranding you in Britannia, so you can't get home to Earth. The bad ending: you walk through the gate, and you abandon Britannia to the evil of the Guardian, who destroys the realm and all of the badness. It's much, much faster just to walk through the gate and go home, and then you get the ending. But yeah, that's all it is. Roughly 3 minutes or less. It's probably possible to do it in 2.5. I know I made some pretty dumb mistakes in the video that I recorded the other day. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you for playing Ultima VII The Black 8.